The Democratic candidates who want to be your next president will have no choice but to come through Georgia. They have their next debate here in the state. CBS 46 political analyst Dr. Rashad Richey working his sources to try to find out where that debate next month will be. Rashad, have you learned anything? You got any news to break here?
The state Democratic Party, they have elevated this, Rick, to G14 classified. So it is tough to find information, but I've been able to pry some info. I have learned through my sources that Mayor Bottoms, the mayor of Atlanta, and Senator Nikema Williams, who is the state Democratic Party chair, they are working together in order to negotiate the actual location. Also, my sources say that they want an HBCU. However, based on the logistics, that may be tough to do. So that's where it's at now. But the fact that we are having a major Democratic primary debate in Georgia lets you know that the DNC is willing to play ball right here in the state. We will be the only state in the U.S. with the distinction of having 2 U.S. Senate seats open. You do have 120 delegates up for grabs, 105 are pledged, which means that those have to be earned through the electoral process. But you also have 16 electoral college votes, which means in a close election, that is a game changer. So yeah, Georgia is important.
Well, the Democrats would certainly like to take that state, Georgia, our state, away from President Trump's column next year. Let's talk about the debate last night, because it seemed like if we saw a changing storyline a little bit, Rashad, it was that Elizabeth Warren, now the senator from Massachusetts, seems to have a bullseye on her back.
Yeah, well, she's basically polling at #1 if you look at the recent polling. However, Joe Biden is polling at #1 if you look at aggregate polling over the last 3 weeks. She's the leader, at least to the other Democratic challengers. And part of the game, Rick, is take out the leader. When you're talking about competition in electoral politics, you have to look at the leader and you have to figure out a way to weaken them. And they attempted. I don't think they did a good job. But on the other side, it gives her more stage time because she's answering questions and she gets to give rebuttal. So she received more stage time than anybody else during that debate. And I don't think they were successful at weakening her.
All of the candidates last night said that they were in favor of the impeachment inquiry that is being held right now in the House of Representatives. And a brand new poll that just came out, Rashad, said that more than a majority of Americans not only support the impeachment inquiry, but the removal of office of President Trump. Is this, what kind of an impact is this issue, this impeachment issue, going to have on the Democratic nomination process and also next year's election?
It's going to have a major impact. This is a political issue. You cannot avoid this issue. I know there are some Democrats in Congress who are trying to stay neutral on this. Roughly 8%, Rick, 8% of Democrats in the Congress represent a conservative district. Because of that dynamic, they are trying to play political neutrality here. You may not be able to do that once public sentiment reaches a level of 55% and above, because that then means there are a number of independents and a number of conservative leaning voters who are now saying you need to move forward with a vote.
Dr. Rashad Richey, always great to hear from you. Nice to have you here in the studios.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.